Death is the one certainty of life. It comes for kings and coral reefs, for galaxies and grains of sand. But deep beneath the waves, in the silent blue vastness of the ocean, there exists a creature that defies this rule. A creature no larger than your little fingernail, fragile, transparent, almost invisible. And yet, it may hold the secret to immortality. This is the story of the immortal jellyfish. What we recognize as a jellyfish, the drifting, gelatinous medusa with trailing, stinging tentacles, is only the final act in a far stranger life story. Jellyfish belong to an ancient lineage known as Cnidaria, a group that also includes sea anemones and corals. For over 500 million years, they have pulsed through Earth's oceans. Their life begins as a fertilized egg. It becomes a larva, microscopic, free-swimming, carried by the currents. Eventually, it settles, anchors, transforms. It becomes a polyp, a tiny plant-like organism fixed to rock or reef. From this quiet, rooted stage, buds begin to form. And then, one day, they break free. A new jellyfish, a medusa, pulses into the open sea. For most species, this is the final chapter. They drift. They feed. They reproduce. And then, they die. But not all jellyfish follow the rules. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, just 4.5 millimeters wide, smaller than your fingernail. Almost too small to notice. Yet when faced with starvation, injury, stress, it does something no other animal was thought capable of. Instead of dying, it turns back time. The medusa stops swimming. Its tentacles wither. It sinks. On the ocean floor, it becomes a simple, shapeless cyst, a living droplet. And then, over the next 24 to 36 hours, it transforms, not forward, backward, from adult to polyp. Imagine a butterfly, wounded by the wind, transforming back into a caterpillar, only to one day become a butterfly again. This process is called transdifferentiation. It is extraordinarily rare. Specialized cells once destined to be tentacles, nerves, muscle are reprogrammed, rewritten, reassigned. The jellyfish rebuilds its body from scratch, genetically identical, biologically renewed. It can repeat this process again and again and again. In perfect conditions, it may never die of old age. The species was first described in 1883, but its astonishing secret would remain hidden for a century. In the 1980s, marine biology students Christian Summer and Giorgio Bavistrello were studying Turritopsis in a laboratory jar. They expected the jellyfish to mature and reproduce. Instead, when they returned to check their specimens, they found something impossible. Where medusae had once floated, there were polyps. The adults had reverted. No fertilization, no larval stage, no death. The scientific world was stunned, and soon the nickname spread across headlines and textbooks alike, the immortal jellyfish. But immortality does not mean invulnerability. Fish devour them. Turtles consume them. Sea slugs feast on their defenseless polyps. In the wild, few likely survive long enough to repeat their cycle many times. Even in laboratories, keeping them alive is painstaking work. Japanese scientist Shin Kubota has maintained captive colonies since the 1990s, watching them rejuvenate themselves up to 10 times in 2 years. Each day, he carefully prepares microscopic meals, slicing brine shrimp eggs so the tiny jellyfish can eat. Immortality requires care. Once native to the Mediterranean Sea, Turritopsis dohrnii is now found in oceans around the world. How? Ships. Ballast water pumped in and out to stabilize vessels likely carries these tiny drifters across continents. When stressed by long voyages or lack of food, they simply reverse their life cycle and survive the journey. Invisible, adaptable, resilient, a nearly perfect hitchhiker. In a world obsessed with extending life, reversing age, and conquering death, the secret may not lie in something vast or powerful. It may lie in something almost unseen, a creature no bigger than a raindrop, floating in silence, rewriting its own destiny. The immortal jellyfish does not conquer death by fighting it. It escapes it by beginning again. In the depths of the ocean, time is not always a straight line. Sometimes, it is a circle.